rough season last year in rotation for the Cardinals. He's on a very nice roll over his last 3 starts, and for the first time as a starter, he'll face the Milwaukee Brewers at Busch Stadium.
Yeah, and he's scuffled a little bit in the 3 starts that he's had against the Brewers overall, but hasn't scuffled at all as of late. Andre Pallante has been really good. I've been super impressed how he's been able to land his arsenal. Take a look at it. The 4-seam slider, sinker, knuckle curve, and then every once in a while that split finger. The knuckle curve and the slider, he's been landing that for strike and for chase, and that 2-seam of his, that sinker, really effective against the right-handers.
And the Cardinals defense, if that ground ball is working, the infield should be busy. Nolan Gorman in at third. Urias, as you know, placed on the injured list with a sore elbow yesterday. Mason Wynn with his Gold Glove is at short. JJ and Alec Burleson on the right side. Pedro Pajes will try to control the running game, and the Cardinals outfield has been sensational with Church, Scott, and Jordan Walker. The Brewers 18-16. They've lost 14 of their last 24 games. In fairness to the Brewers, they haven't had their club together. They just got Jackson Chourio back. He had a 4-hit game here on Monday. They just got Andrew Vaughn back. He's the DH. But again, they had to make a late lineup change today, Brad. Garrett Mitchell scratched before first pitch, an undisclosed illness.
Yeah, had an illness. That happened to Bryce Terang over the weekend, too, so you wonder if something might be going around that Brewers clubhouse. Either way, you mentioned that is an enormous boost for Pat Murphy to get Jackson Chourio back. This young man at 22 years old, already in his 3rd big league season. He looks like he didn't miss any time with that start he had.
Well, hopefully Pallante can calm him down as Sal Frelick, Jackson Chourio, and Bryce Terang, the first 3 hitters for the Brewers. The Cardinals off to a great start. Best 35-game start for the Cardinals in 5 years. And we'll see if they can win this series outright before we head west after Game 2 today. Sal Frelick takes a strike, and we are underway. Mike Machlinski's the crew chief. He's got ball strike duties today. Temperatures in the low 50s, a gentle breeze blowing out toward left center. And a little chopper. There's the first ground ball. JJ's got it, and the transfer true. And Frelick is out number 1. Jackson Chourio, what a talent, and what a welcome back with a 4-for-4 game, which also included a walk.
A couple of broken bat hits, obviously. I mean, everything was stroked. What was really impressive was his timing. He was working up the middle the other way, did yank a double into that left center gap, but this young man, extremely talented. There's a reason they locked him up on a long-term deal.
All they have to do is tell Chourio you're playing every game at Busch Stadium. Why? He has 5 career 4-hit games, 3 of them in this building.
Is that right?
Uh-huh.
I don't like that one bit.
So we got that out of the way. As Pallante goes to work with 1 out. That pitch has really helped Andre neutralize the right-handed hitter.
It's just kept him so honest because his 4-seam has natural cut to it. Right-handers were hanging out over the dish. They can't do that now with the sinker. A little natural cut to it. 95 on the corner. Then he could work off of that. You can get that slider working off that to get the swing and miss, or bust him in off the plate.
There's a ground ball. There goes the perfect series for Chourio. Take that. 2 ground ball outs and 2 up down for Pallante here in the first.
Another good sinker at the bottom of the zone. That's the thing with that pitch, too. It does have some really good movement to it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Even in a 1-2 count, I actually like seeing him in the zone right there and not nibbling.
And you have to have confidence in your stuff to essentially, I guess, say, I'm throwing it down the middle and let the action take care of it.
Yeah, well, a lot of times when you have movement, especially like Andre does, sometimes you can get into trouble of trying to be too fine, of trying to work a corner and then it runs off and all of a sudden it's 1-0, 2-0. We all know how the numbers explode when you're behind in the count. Getting ahead's enormous.
Bryce Terang is the Brewers' second baseman. Terang hit a homer here on Monday, made things a little tighter in the 9th. But the Cardinals took Game 1 of the season series by a 6-3 final score. 6 runs on 11 more hits. And this one on the ground. JJ dives to his right, can't come up with it. So Palante got another grounder. That one eluded the Cardinals second baseman, and William Contreras bats with a man aboard and 2 outs.
Knuckle curve at the bottom of the zone. You'll take it all day. Ground ball found itself a hole. That defense, especially in the infield, going to be plenty busy today.
William Contreras 1 for 5 in the opener, batting .295 for the year. Like his brother, this guy can really hit. And you made the excellent point Monday, Brad. As an offense-first catcher, Williams really come a long way behind the plate.
He has. He calls a good game. He moves well back there. He does all the little things right.
Whoa! And he also knows how to get hit by a pitch. Just like his brother. That one got him on the arm. And Contreras got plunked. 2 aboard and 2 out. This thing took off out of Palante's hand.
Yeah, the sinker with Contreras. He is one a lot like his brother. You have to be able to get in on the hands. This goes right off that pad. Fortunately, he's wearing one there. Yeah, both of them crowd the plate a little bit.
That's first time Williams been hit by a pitch this year. And some trouble here with Jake Bauers. Bauers, the first baseman, with 5 homers. One reason why Milwaukee has played sub-500 baseball over the last 3 weeks. Knock on wood, they've had a real power outage. The Brewers have hit just 5 homers in their last 18 games. That is a surprisingly low total for them. They have just 23 all year. 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, losing Churio, losing Andrew Vaughn, and oh, by the way, Christian Yelich. That'll make a dent in your slug.
Yeah, that will do it. They are like the Cardinals, though, where they can score in a lot of different ways. They do the little things really well, run the bases very well. They're looking forward to hopefully getting Christian Yelich back soon. He's dealing with a groin injury.
We're told Yelich was on the field before the game today, getting some running work in, so he's getting closer. As that one whacked into left field, a base hit. Turang around third. Church loads up. Here comes his throw. It's up the line and just a bit late. And Milwaukee, with a 2-out rally, scores in the first.
That's how fast it can happen, right? An innocent single on a ground ball up the middle by Turang, a hit by pitch, and then Jake Bauers going oppo on a slider. This thing backdoor stays on it. Church has got a great arm. He's coming up firing here, but you know that Turang can move.
So a hit batsman sandwiched between 2 singles, and Milwaukee strikes first. And you're right, this happened in the blink of an eye. Palante got 2 quick groundouts and now trails 1-0 for Andrew Vaughn, who's 1 for 8 in his return from the IL. Let's see if Palante can dial it in here. He's behind 2 balls, no strikes. One of the ways good teams score is if another team makes a mistake, you take advantage of it. And the hit batsman is what prolonged the inning. Brewers 8-8 on the road, 2 over 500 overall. Have an off day tomorrow and then host the Yankees in their next series. And 3 balls and a strike. Brewers had the best record in baseball last year. Pat Murphy, manager of the year for Milwaukee. They're entering a real tough portion of their schedule. We'll see what the Brew Crew is made of, with the Yankees and Padres next on their schedule.
They're certainly happy they got those reinforcements for the offense, that's for sure. Pitching staff has done a good job to this point.
Runners go and fouled away.
Nice to have another day of rest, too, for Jacob Mizorowski, the young flamethrower there on the left. He'll be facing the Yankees. That'll be the day after tomorrow with the off day.
What a challenge for him. The Yankees have won 15 of their last 17 games. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners go. High fly ball. That's hit deep toward left. Church isn't going to get it. And the Brewers have scored 4 times with 2 outs in the first inning. Welcome back, Andrew Vaughn, his first homer of the year.
Well, Andrew Vaughn was a difference maker down the stretch when they acquired him last year from the White Sox. He tore it up as a member of the Brew Crew. Just came back. Only his 3rd game of the season here today. Gets himself a fastball. That is thigh high, inner half, and takes it off the back of the bullpen wall there in left.
403 feet. And the Cardinals trail by 4. Tyler Black in the lineup and guides one just foul. So Churio and Vaughn return, and a big offensive jolt for Milwaukee in this series. Another shot. Foul at third. It's 0-2. So after the hit batsman, Palante's had to throw 14, 15 more pitches here in the inning. Turang's ground ball just out of reach of J.J. Weatherholt. Contreras got hit on the arm. Then back-to-back run-scoring hits. Well, the old saying goes, if you're going to have a rough inning, have it in the first, so you have 9 tries to come back. That's the fate for Palante today.
And for Andre, look, there's certainly some frustration. A couple of pitches that he missed, especially that one to Vaughn on the inner half. You got to let it go. I mean, it's you got a job now. Your job is to keep it right here. Trust in your offense.
And so with 2 strikes, the Brewers an excellent job of keeping these at bats alive. A lot of foul balls here for Tyler Black, driving up that pitch count. Palante pushing toward 30 of them. Andre got 2 outs on 6 pitches. He's thrown 22 pitches since. And the 2-2 out of play. Pitch number 8 is coming up. Line to left. Church coming on. Got an excellent jump, and that will stop the bleeding. A 30-pitch first inning. 4 runs after 2 were out. A comeback team all year. Let's see if this starting 9 can do it for Ollie Marmol, who's tied Miller Huggins on the Cardinals' all-time managerial wins list. He's 5 away from tying Joe Torre. And one reason why the Cardinals are 7 over 500, partner, the top 4 hitters have been excellent for St. Louis this season.
Been really good. Brandon Sproat, he's making his 5th start of the season. He came over in the Freddie Peralta deal from the Mets. The young man has got a big arm. Take a look at the pitch arsenal here for Brandon Sproat. That 4-seam fastball runs about 97, 98. Cutter sinker, though, that's a combo he used the most. Curve, sweep, and the occasional changeup from Sproat.
He's from Pensacola, Florida, and is a former Florida Gator.
You're a big Gator guy, aren't you, Chip? Go Dogs, Chip. I got it.
Thank you. I'm not going to dignify that question with a response. Weatherholt, no balls, 2 strikes. I was kind of hoping Sproat was from Belgium, but no such luck.
Why is that, Chip?
Because then he would be a Brussels sprout.
Unbelievable. Been sitting on that, haven't you?
Yep. Wrote that one down. Pitch. And that one almost got JJ on the way by. Curveball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And it's tapped to the right side, and Terang handles that without trouble. First ground ball out for Brandon Sproat. And we look at the Brewers defense. Black, Churio, and Frelick left to right. David Hamilton at the hot corner. Ortiz and Terang up the middle. Bowers at first, and William Contreras is the man behind the plate. Herrera 5 hits on the homestand. And takes outside. Should say on the outside corner. Herrera 3rd in slugging percentage in the National League at .410. And we highlighted him in our opening comments. He's been swinging a hot bat. Hamilton let that ball play him. And Herrera's going to hustle towards second. Here's the throw. It's going to be just late. So the Cardinals get a break. Herrera's in at second with 1 out. We'll await the scoring. That scored a double.
Well, making a 22 game on base streak here for Ivan Herrera. This just absolutely eats up Hamilton. He was trying to pick his hop. Probably should have attacked that. Got it on a short hop. He didn't. The Cardinals got something going here with 1 out in the first.
Alec Burleson's ready to bust out after a rough night on Monday. He was 0 for 5 for the Cardinals. And you know, he's looking to hunt some fastballs. Got a cutter there, and is ahead 1 ball, no strikes. Alec 3 outs on 9 pitches and 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, there's probably a term for that. I bet Alec probably couldn't say it on TV.
Well, he could once.
Well, you can say anything once, that's for sure. Yeah, but that's just how this game is, right? He just came off of NL Player of the Week honors where he hit over 400, was driving the ball all over the place. You're going to have days like that. He's talked about this a lot, is making the down times shorter, right? Like that's the evolution of a player. How quickly can you snap out of it?
One of the many fun elements of this Cardinals team, and we've used the Oliver Marmol analogy. You know, we get punched, this young club punches back. It'd be nice to get a couple of runs back in the first inning as they give Burley a ton of room in the gap in left center and down the third base line. And Alec's going to challenge. That was called a strike. Let's see if Burleson's right. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Call confirmed. St. Louis has 2 remaining.
Well, Chip, you know this. If you're going to use an ABS challenge early in the game in the first inning, you're pretty darn sure that you're correct. He absolutely was. Knows his zone incredibly well.
So 3 balls and a strike for the Silver Slugger at first for the Cardinals. Herrera a good lead at second. And that one at the knees. It's full count. This guy's got a lively arm. You can see why the Mets took him in the second round and why they had to give him up to acquire Freddie Peralta. The 3-2. Smack toward left center. Churio is on the run, and he'll catch that. Throw back to second will be late. Burleson puts it in play, but he's retired, and Jordan Walker is next. So Jordan Walker, our Bet365 betting odds contestant. Let's see if Walker can pick up a hit. He went 1 for 3 on Monday.
Get it out of the way early. We showed you the pitch arsenal for Brandon Sproat. He leans on his cutter a lot. Good chance he's going to try to stay away from Walker with that. Something hard through that right side will get the job done.
Jordan has done, Brad, I think, a much better job of hunting a pitch that he can hit. It's been really rare to see him in strike 1, strike 2 counts.
Yeah, he's been seeing more pitches. He's being far more selective. He does have the ability to foul some off here. You look at the last 4 at-bats for him. He's seen 24 pitches. It's making the opposition work, just like he's doing here with Sproat. Terang shaded way up the middle. Again, that right side's going to be open for a cutter away.
He took his shot 2-0, didn't get it. 2 balls and a strike. Jordan's picked up his share of hits against Milwaukee, but only 1 extra base hit against them in 22 games. He'll try to change that today. And takes low. There's an example of what you were talking about.
It's a really good
take. 3-1.
It's a really good take, and a lot of that is game plan. They're looking for him up in the zone. That's where his cutter is generally up. You're looking for something elevated that he can drive, especially in that count. If it's down, leave it there.
That was up. He just missed it. And 99, the great equalizer. Full count.
Ready to pull the trigger, though,
Yeah.
right? Ready to pull the trigger on a 4-seam at the top of the zone.
Gorman would love a chance to hit with a couple of runners on. Milwaukee leads at 4-0. Just underway in the first. And Jordan takes ball 4. 15th walk. So here comes Gorman. 1 swing of the bat could make things interesting. Brad, let's check out today's Toyota key.
Well, you mentioned punching back and forth. Cardinals do that. Toyota key to the game today. They're the birds, right? Cardinals peck away. So you're in a small hole. Who cares, right? It doesn't have to be 1 swing of the bat that changes things, although that would be welcomed here with Gorman. This team has been able to manufacture so well all season long. Got a whole game here, peck away.
Swing and a miss. 0-1 for Nolan Gorman. By the way, that walk for Jordan, his 15th of the year. 111 games last season. He walked 29 times. He is ahead of pace. Let's see if Gorman can cash that in. 5 homers, 21 driven in for him. He's a homer away from 80 as a big leaguer.
That is the pitch that's been giving him the most trouble, is that changeup. Sproat has not thrown that a ton this year, but had some really good action to it at 93.
A 93 mile an hour changeup.
No big deal.
2 on, 2 out, 2 strikes for Gorman. Batting 5th. Yeah, this guy wants to punch your ticket if he can. He's struck out 25. He's walked 16. But he's also given up 7 homers. So the 3 outcome game is in play for the Brewers starter, who delivers a 1-2 and a swing and a miss. 99 and zipping right on by. The Cardinals strand 2, trail by 4. We head to the 2nd inning. To register for a free event near you today. David Hamilton leads off the Brewers' second. A 2-out rally plated 4 runs off Andre Palante, who given up 5 first-inning runs in total in his 6 starts before today's Brewer outburst. They got a hold in there and hope the Cardinals bats can do some damage. Hamilton caught that early and flies to right for out number 1.
That's exactly what Andre needs, though. He needs some quick outs, need to be able to get the offense right back up there to hit and cool things down for the Brew Crew.
Next up is their shortstop, Joey Ortiz. No homers, 8 RBIs for him. Good enough for strike 2 at 95 on the inside corner. Ortiz did not play on Monday. First start here today. And off the plate, a ball and 2 strikes. Swing Swing and a miss. Palante's first strikeout.
Well, this has been the strikeout pitch as of late for Andre Palante. This is a tight slider. Starts on the outer half of the plate, just darts off and gets a big swing and miss. That is huge. Andre last time out against the Pirates, he struck out 6. I believe 4 of those were on that slider.
Frelick rolled out his first time and takes strike. It's always fun watching a guy with a good tight slider. You see that dot spinning like the eye of a hurricane.
Yeah, when you see the big old circle, you find yourself in trouble. The hitter's eyes light up.
And another soft ground ball. Palante does have a quick inning. He and the Cardinals needed that. 8 pitches gets him outs 4, 5, and 6 in the game. We head to the home half is this year. Well, let's not forget the position players too.
At 211 hits by Cardinals 25 and younger. Only the Nationals have more than that, led by the young talented James Wood over there. He's having himself a tremendous season. But this is we were talking to Ollie before the game today, Chip, about this young crew and about their dedication when it comes to having a game plan. He was just coming away so impressed with how they retain the information and stick to their plan throughout a game.
And Mason Wynn has a game plan to face a guy that throws as hard as Brandon Sproat today.
Well, we saw the other day Mason Wynn in game 1 drove a ball through the right side, right? Hard line drive to right field, brought in a run. And the game plan for him, he wants to stay on the baseball. He wants to use that right side of the field. We'll see if he'll be able to do it, but that's what he's looking to do, is drive something up the middle the other way. If something's in on him on the pull side, yeah, you change your plan a little bit.
2 balls and a strike. And rifled back foul. It's 2-2. Well, Mason's picking up his share of hits. He's got a 5-game streak running, hitting .338 over the last 18 Cardinals games. And he lays off that. It's a full count. So far, Sproat has not gotten much up in the zone. Can the Cardinals be patient enough to see this kid pitch himself into trouble? He has a strikeout, a walk, and a hit allowed. He couldn't swing and a miss at 95. A cutter and back-to-back strikeouts for Sproat. 1 away. Next up is Nathan Church after a quick word from BJC Healthcare. Nathan's given the Cardinals a jolt at the plate with 5 homers. He's got a career high 5-game hitting streak and showed bunt and took one off the toe. He didn't like that, and he'll head to first. Cardinals are getting hit a lot.
Yeah, this couldn't have felt good. This is 98 miles an hour, crossfired here by Sproat and catches him right in the leg. Adam Olson, Cardinal trainer, out to check on him.
That's the 28th hit by pitch for a Cardinals batter this year. Oh, and on the shin, not the foot. Conversely, Milwaukee almost never gets hit. So Church checking out the leg as he's the 3rd Cardinals base runner, painfully standing at first.
And trying to put some pressure on. You know that thing has got to be screaming at him right now. Think about that. Think about catching 98 off the front of that shin bone. No thank you.
Remember Kyle Tucker, when he was with Houston, got hit by Kyle Gibson, remember? And it took him about 10 minutes to try to stay in the game. He did, and then later had to go on the IL and had a microfracture.
Fractured, I know it.
So Church still trying to get some feeling back in that leg. So while Church gathers himself, Sproat will throw a couple of warm-up pitches. Nathan's going to stay in the game. And Pedro Pajes is your batter.
Well, that'll be something with Church. I'm sure they'll keep an eye on in the entire game of what that swelling looks like. They'll try to do anything to keep it down.
Good lead at first. Don't know if the Cardinals will plan to run. If they do, I would imagine, Brad, this would be a tough combination to run against as hard as Sproat throws. And with Contreras, that good arm behind the plate. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, it's going to be one. If you do want to run, it's probably going to be because you have a towel on a guy. If he has a tendency, we know how good the Cardinals have been on that. Good take just under the zone there by Pedro Pajes.
Everything at the kneecaps are lower so far from Sproat. And Pajes wants to take time. All 4 Brewers runs in the first. Cardinals are trying to answer early. They stranded 2 in the opening inning. They've got Church at first here. And 1 man out. This will be a tough guy to pull, but if Pedro does, Church might run for a while. And that's pulled off the plate. 3-2. Mets paid a very high price to acquire Freddie Peralta. It hasn't worked out for New York, not because he's pitched poorly, but the utter Mets collapse. And Sproat, one of the arms they got back in that big deal. The pitch is cut on and missed. That's strikeout number 3. And Victor Scott is coming up next after Big Game Monday. Jim Hayes, let's see if he can do it again today.
Yeah, and Ali Marmol loves the way Victor is putting in the work to get back on track. Ali said in his post game the other day that as he was leaving the ballpark one night during the homestand, close to midnight, he heard someone in the batting cage. It was Victor Scott II. Ali told me that is a guy who takes instruction well and is not going to stop until he gets it right, guys. As you mentioned, he did have the big game Monday night. They'd love to see more of that.
Yeah, I think everyone remembers the Herrera double. But for me, Brad, the biggest play in that game was Victor getting a bunt down and forcing Pat Murphy's hand to walk Weatherholt to go righty-righty with Herrera.
Yeah, the little details matter so much.
In the air toward left center, and a near collision, but Black is there. He will make the play, and that will retire the side. Nathan Church hit by a... Mentioned some of the injuries the Brewers have had to deal with. Here are 3 other significant ones on our BJC Healthcare injury report.
Yeah, some big guys to get back. That's a tough one with Brandon Woodruff looking to get Zerpa back. That would help out their bullpen. Unfortunately, Tommy John surgery derailed him. Let's tell you what, Pat Murphy's group over the last couple of years, man, they just figure out ways. Doesn't matter who it is. I mean, I think we've gotten to the point where for years, and I feel like I've done this. I know you look at the roster and like, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. They won 97 games a year ago, the best record in baseball. They pitch, they hit, they do the little things well.
90 or more wins in 4 of the last 5 seasons in Milwaukee. Player development, they're not afraid to trade big name guys to replenish their system. A la Freddie Peralta. First the 1-2 to Chourio, and that one's hooked into left field. That hung up, and Churio's got his 5th hit of the series. Got the lights on here at Busch Stadium with blue skies overhead, so that helped Chourio pick up his first hit on this day.
Chevy pitch track. Chourio was out in front of this curveball, just hung up enough for him to drive it through the left side. for Andre Palante. He could use another one of those ground balls. Turang hit one, unfortunately for him, just out of the reach of Weatherholt on a curveball.
And in for a strike. 30 of Andre's pitches came in the first inning. Single hit batsman, single 3-run homer. The Milwaukee damage. And you got to keep an eye on Chourio with his terrific speed at first. He's a 20-20 man. 21 steals last year. Good lead. Not going. And now Turang wants to think it over as we close in on 1 o'clock in St. Louis. We head to San Diego after the game. 4-game series with the Padres coming up. Chopper foul. Let's see if Palante can conjure up a 2-strike swing and miss pitch. That's something that we'll keep an eye on all year long. There isn't a lot of swing and miss, as you know, in this Cardinal staff. And the Brewers in the first inning fouled off 6-7 pitches with 2 strikes, I think. Unreal. The pitch is cut out and missed. He chased up and out of the zone, and Palante does get swing and miss, and that's his second strikeout.
It got the swing and miss was something different, right? It wasn't the slider, it wasn't the knuckle curve, it was that 4-seam fastball up at the top of the zone, out of the hand. Turang thought he could handle it. It was too much heat at the top, though.
William Contreras hit by a pitch and scored ahead of Vaughn's homer. See if Palante can get it on the ground here and get a double play. There's a good start. He gets ahead. Steve Reich one.
You definitely love a double play. Cardinals have turned a ton of them as of late. They've got 16 of them over their last 8 games.
There's the ground ball to second. There's the flip to Mason for 1. And a beautiful dance gets Palante out of the 3rd inning. Contreras ramps into his 4th double play. 4-0 Milwaukee. Top of the order coming up. The Cardinals look at Brandon Sproat the 2nd time through here at Busch Stadium.
Really? I gotta go.
Yeah.
Gotta bring the kiddos. Check that place out. It looks fantastic. Heard nothing but great things. I'm going. Maybe when you guys go to San Diego.
Okay.
That terrible place. We'll go to City Museum.
Well, I forgot to pack sunscreen, so pray for me.
Well, you better stay in the shade, dude. That's what I do. Get you some zinc oxide.
Oh, yeah.
Little dollop there.
They sell it in 55-gallon drums?
Yeah, it's like mayonnaise. Just by the handful.
2 quick strikes for JJ, who rolled out to second to start the game for the Cardinals offense. Got some work to do today, down 4-0. The patience of Weatherholt is really remarkable. He's walked 18 times this year. And this one driven high in the air toward left. Black going back. He's got the shades on and puts that away. JJ's retired. 1 up, 1 down. Herrera's next. Here's Jim.
You mentioned Pat Murphy's decision to intentionally walk JJ to face Herrera with the bases loaded. Didn't work out well. Ended up with a 3-run double. Herrera said afterward, I was laughing to myself. Maybe I'm the liability on this team. I was thinking to myself, you want this? I got you. Chip players always say it's not personal, a situation like that, but it's personal.
Yeah, and he took advantage of it. He did what you like to see him do. He picked up his 11th straight game with a hit against the Brewers, and that was a biggie, a bases clearing double.
It's huge. Look, it makes sense, right? In the spot, you're trying to set up a double play. You're trying to go with your platoon advantage right there. but I have no problem with a player taking that as a little chip on the shoulder, a little bulletin board material, right? Oh, you want a piece of this? Okay, I got something for you. It was set up too by a very good ABS challenge on him on the 1-0 pitch. He was right, made it 2-0, had to go to him with the sinker, and he punished it off the base of the wall.
And that's the beauty of the game. When your offense is clicking as the Cardinals is over these last couple of weeks, you love it when the other club's manager has choiceless choices, and he did. You have Weatherholt left-handed, you go righty-righty against Herrera, who's been swinging a hot bat. Not here, though. Sproat's got his 4th strikeout and quickly 2 away in the inning. Registration's now open for Cardinals Kids Clinics presented by Quick Trip, featuring 18 clinics, kids age 6 to 13 of all abilities. Learn about fielding, batting, throwing, and more from Cardinals alumni. Info at cardinals.com/clinics. Alec Burleson, your batter. He almost wore one. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, that was a 93-mile-an-hour changeup. There's the curveball. He has everything working in this game after he gave up 4 runs, 6 hits against Arizona, including 2 homers. And on an appeal, they ring up Burleson, who was trying to get out of the way. Emil Jimenez changes the count. It's 1-2.
They saw Sproat right away. Sproat starts pointing over there and say, hey, did he go? He's trying to get out of the way there. That's what Ollie's saying. It's not him offering at it.
Sproat rocks and fires. A 1-2 is cut on and missed. He has struck out 5 Redbirds through 3 shutout innings. 3. Nathan Church hit by a pitch, and Jose Fermin will take his place in left field. Milwaukee leads it 4-0.
Certainly unfortunate that Church has to come out of this ball game. Hopefully something that's just tight on him now. I'm sure as soon as we hear more about it, we'll pass it along. I'm sure they're going through extensive testing there on him, but he got hit with 98 in the shin.
Jake Bauers leads off. He singled home a run in the first inning. And 2 balls, no strikes. Brewers suffering through a power outage in the first month plus of the season. They've hit homers in back-to-back games in this series against the Cardinals. Plante falling behind, 3 balls, no strikes. Hasn't walked a batter yet, but as we said, when he gets 2 strikes, the Brewers have really made it tough on him. 9 foul balls against Andre, 5 of them in 2-strike counts. And he battles back to fill it up. That was impressive. Now can he finish off Jake Bauers?
They really don't have to do anything more than that. That's a good fastball at the bottom of the zone. Bauers going to take his time out. I feel like if you're able to serve it down there again, you're going to end up rolling over on that ground ball, or on a ground ball, if not swinging over it.
There's another one of those 2-strike foul balls off the warning track to the left. And we'll try again. Game number 36 on the season for the Cardinals today. Just over 20% of the way through, as that's taken high, a knuckle curve, and there is the first walk. It leads off the 4th inning. Here's Vaughn. This is what he did in the first inning.
Well, he got himself a fastball middle in and put a charge into it right off the bench there at the back of the Brew Crew's bullpen. Big 3-run shot.
Change of scenery did Vaughn and the Brewers a whole lot of good. He came over from the White Sox, and as you said, Brad, down the stretch put up some real impressive numbers.
They really did. With all due respect to the White Sox, you know that they're going through a transition. It's a very young team, but they struggled mightily. Imagine the boost that he got coming to what ended up being the best team.
How about that play? Palante just picked off Bowers.
This is huge right here for Andre Palante. We'll take a look at it again. Pat Murphy and his crew are taking a look at it. Got that big jump, just timed it perfect. Right at the end of that shuffle, he was able to pivot and pick. Strong tag by Burley. It definitely looked like he got the hand.
So a good move and a good result. 1 out now and a strike to Andrew Vaughn.
So, Chip, you look at how this play unfolded over at first base. This is a timing play off of the catcher. He dumps the glove. He turns. He's got a great view of when that shuffle is happening there by Bauer. Solid call. Great timing.
5th pickoff for the Cardinals pitching staff. So what is that timing? What's the head count after the glove drops?
So he's watching the runner. He's watching to see when he starts taking that big jump. As soon as he did, he dumped the glove, just trying to get his momentum going the other direction.
Jim, you got more?
Yeah, Dusty Blake was telling me before the game that Andre has done a really good job at mixing things up with his pitches, but also with his throws to first. Dusty said keeping guys close is obviously important for Andre, and he said the league had gotten so advanced, not just identifying pitch tipping, but also pickoff tipping, and he said that Andre's done a good job of mixing it up and keeping runners at first so off balance.
It is crazy important to be able to do that as Palante gets his 5th career pickoff there. And he has had over the last couple of years a couple of different tells when he is picking over with different things that he does with his upper body. He's cleaned those up.
To third, Gorman's got it, and his throw on the money, 2 outs. It is amazing how a pitcher's habits are really problematic for him on the mound, and no matter how many times you hear a pitcher say I'm trying to correct it, once the heat comes on, they revert back.
So
right?
that's the biggest thing, especially as the moments get bigger and bigger, you do get back into your muscle memory, and that's why you got to work so hard to break different things like that. And the opposition will pick up on the smallest of things. Certainly there's a lot of manpower hours that go into that of coaches breaking down video, but a lot of these teams are super advanced. I mean, talking about AI models that run stuff very quickly, pick up the smallest nuance that a guy might do.
That floats in for a strike to Tyler Black, the Milwaukee left fielder today, and he wants to take a timeout. Cardinals gave up 4 in the first. Palante settled in nicely since. No answers yet for Brandon Sproat, the Brewers starter, and Nathan Church out of the game after getting hit by a pitch. Weatherholt, another good play and a perfect throw, and Palante, despite a leadoff walk, faces the minimum in the 4th. Here comes Jordan Walker, Nolan Gorman, and Mason Wynn in Game 2. Hey, we're second time through against Brandon Sproat on Cardinals TV, presented by Bet365. Let's see if Jordan Walker can start something for St. Louis. The Birds have left 3 on base in the first 3 innings. Sproat's been tough. He's got his whole arsenal working. He has struck out 5. He didn't get Jordan in the first inning because he drew a walk.
A pretty impressive run right now. 11 game on base streak, 378 the average, driving the baseball. But again, to Jordan ahead in the count, 2-0, a couple of misses away. He's looking for one pitch, one spot right here to drive.
If he hits one of these 99-mile-an-hour fastballs from Sproat, he might hit the construction workers on the building across the street.
He can put a charge into some baseballs, that's for sure.
3 balls, no strikes. And taking all the way.
I don't know if they got their gloves on out there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're ready. They are ready out there. You could not pay me enough money, Chip, to be on the side of that building.
No.
There is. I'm nervous for them right now. Not a big height guy. That ain't my job right there.
That's part of the ever-changing cityscape of St. Louis. That will enhance the beautiful Gateway Arch grounds. Full count for Walker here. Sproats had 5 of those, but has walked only 1 batter.
Yeah, I know it's easy to come into a game too. You look at it, say, okay, young starter. He's got an ERA that's almost a 7. Not indicative of the stuff that he has, right? I mean, this guy can dominate with 97, 98, but this is what you like to see.
So Jordan's walked twice. And next up, Nolan Gorman after a quick word from Auto Owners Insurance.
We customize your policy, so when the unexpected happens, you know you're covered. That's simple human sense.
Gorman struck out to end the Cardinals' first. Walker takes off, and he'll steal second standing up. Jordan Walker leads the Cardinals in steals this season. That's his 7th.
This is just all on the pitcher. We just spent time talking about tendencies. He takes off. He's almost all the way there before that ball crosses the plate.
So no balls, 2 strikes. Let's see if Gorman can advance Walker. Mason Wynn waits on deck. Ollie Marmol's description of how he hoped the Cardinals would attack Sproat was, I thought, right on the button. Can we out-stubborn this guy today? As we said, he's had a lot of full counts, but a lot of put-away pitches with a 4-run lead. And here he is again after 0-2. It's gone even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Missed with the changeup. D.L. Hall is starting to play catch. The Brewers starters do not pitch a lot of innings, generally speaking. They've got a 4-run lead, and Gorman takes inside, back-to-back walks. So we got something cooking here in the 4th inning. 2 aboard, nobody out, and Mason Wynn is your batter. First to visit from the Brewers pitching coach, Chris Hook.
Well, the patience is a big key right here. Hopefully they're able to get that big hit. Make this a huge inning.
We invite you to honor a true legend on Saturday, May 16th, when the Cardinals take on the Royals. That day, fans take home a Stan Musial military bobblehead, thanks to Coca-Cola and Deerbergs. All the details at cardinals.com/promotions. Mason Wynn struck out in the 2nd inning. So the Cardinals have 4 base runners thanks to 3 walks and a hit batsman. The lone Cardinals hit was Herrera's 1st inning double. So can the Cardinals play some small ball and get a couple of these runs back here in the 4th inning and get into that Brewers bullpen? We have a golden opportunity here for Mason. The pitch way outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Sproat has pitched more than 5 innings just twice this year. His longest outing, 6 2/3 against Toronto, only 75 pitches in that game. But this inning, just 4 strikes out of 14 pitches. Might see another take here. He did, but got the cutter called for strike 1.
Yeah, wise take right there, though. You look at 2 pitches. He had yanked the cutter pitch 1. One that went way arm side on pitch 2, able to dot there on the corner, not what Wynn was looking for.
That almost picked off Stubby Clapp on the way by. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, that's the one that he's trying to stay on and drive that direction. I have to believe that Sproat is going to try to stay away here from Wynn. I think if he comes in, it's going to be because of a mistake.
So we reset the pitch clock here. Sproat at 66 pitches on the day. 2 aboard, nobody out. That got Mike Machlinski. A direct shot on the way by, and he says he's all right. Contreras immediately turned and made sure Mike didn't tumble to the dirt.
I like that. That's it. Good looking out right there by Contreras. Machlinski, you know this didn't feel good.
Ugh. Sent him to a knee. Another full count. 7 of them in the game. And the Cardinals' secret weapon, Jose Fermin, is the man on deck. Again, he replaced Nathan Church, who left with injury. 3-2. Swing and a shot to third. Second base is late. Good base running there. Walker read that bullet off the bat. Mason a foot either way. Might have had a 2-bagger. Instead, he's the first out.
Man, this is a hot shot, too, and it was on the inner half. It was a mistake. Sproat wasn't trying to go in here on this one, I don't believe. Trying to go away, leak middle, and just line to the wrong guy.
Walker clearly back in time. Now Fermin's first trip to the plate. Fermin at 273, a homer, 4 RBIs. You know, he was down in the batting cage in between innings, getting loose for his first trip to the plate here in the 4th inning. 4-0 Milwaukee. Cardinals looking for their second hit. Runners break, then stop, and Fermin takes a strike. Walker had another 10-foot advance, but slammed on the brakes.
It was 1-2 where Fermin thought he had the jump, probably laid off that pitch because of it. Just didn't trust in that read that they got.
Inside out and bounced into the camera well. Fermin said he likes the nickname the Ferminator, by the way.
Does he?
Yeah.
So he wasn't feeling your Joey Chicklets?
He liked it, but he likes the Ferminator.
All right, well, let's go with Ferminator. Let's have him be happy.
And skips up there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The irony of it is the Ferminator dog brush was invented here in St. Louis.
Was it really?
Believe it or not. Yep. Tommy swears by it. That's how his locks are so beautifully manicured every day.
And he doesn't shed any longer. So that's nice.
One ball, 2 strikes. 2 on in the home 4th. That slapped toward the right field corner, and that is into the stands. Nice catch. The great Rex Barney in Baltimore would say, give that fan a contract.
Oh, fundamentally sound. Brought it in with both hands, then gave it to a kid.
Yeah. He obviously went to one of the Cards kids clinics as a youth.
Oh, yeah.
Here in St. Louis.
You could tell everything about it was right.
So two good catches for that guy today. 1-2 count. He is outside. And the pitch is really piling up for Sproat now. 26 of them in this fourth inning. That's why DL Hall is up and throwing. On the ground to short. One there, and the turn is in time. And the Cardinals are out of luck. Back-to-back walks start the inning. Line out and double plays sends us to inning number 5. Cardinals t-shirt. Get your tickets and details at cardinals.com/theme. Pew pew. May the 4th is traditionally Star Wars Day in the big leagues, but this year it's May 17th.
Yeah, let's celebrate it twice, right?
Yeah.
He's so into it. Like that. Do you have any Star Wars gear?
No.
You're about to on the 17th. You're going to get one of those shirts.
Yeah, I'll wear the shirt proudly.
I like that. I like the Baby Yoda.
Burley flips to Palante, who touches the corner of the bag. Good start as Hamilton rolls out. Palante getting the ball on the ground a little more now after some trouble with that with 2 outs in the first inning.
Well, all you can ask, right, is to settle in. That's obviously not the first inning that he was looking for after 2 quick outs, but your job is to keep it there, and that's exactly what Andre Palante has been able to do, and he's been able to do so with a very low pitch count, especially with all that he used. It was 24 pitches after the 2 outs in the first.
I've got him with 8 outs on the ground through 4 1/3 innings today. And for Palante, it's been an almost automatic. He goes 5 every time. 5 or more innings in all 6 starts this season. Longest run in that category since Sonny Gray reeled off 12 straight starts of 5 innings or more last year. And Sonny Gray, by the way, pitching for Boston today. He's back after an injury on Patriots Day. Two strikes for Joey Ortiz. You know who's a big Star Wars guy is Michael McGreevy.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah. No balls, 2 strikes. He did a feature with Derek Gould of the Post-Dispatch where he ranked the movies and talked about which ones he liked and didn't like so much. I think he said Return to the Jedi was his favorite one.
That's number 1.
Broken bat, slow roller to short. Win will have no play. Ortiz breaks the bat, and it goes down a hero for an infield hit.
Dude, this is sawed off literally on the hands at 95. The barrel of the bat goes straight back. And just, we're in the age of exit velocities. How about 34.4 miles an hour? Take that ball.
That's bad luck. And some good kindling for the campfire with Palante back to the stretch. Sal Frelick next. Sal is 0 for 2, pressed into duty at the leadoff spot today when Garrett Mitchell came down with an illness about a half hour before first pitch. Andre's getting ahead, throwing a lot of first pitch strikes. Only 2 full counts. That's why the pitch count is so low for him. One mistake to Vaughn cost him 3 runs. But when you look for starters making improvements, efficiency, getting ahead, getting the ball on the ground, I would say positive grades for Palante today.
I would definitely agree. I know we Talked a little bit about swing and miss, and yeah, swing and miss is important. You look around the game, and every team is hunting it more and more, and certainly Palante can get his fair share when he's on. He got 6 strikeouts in his last ball game, but pitching ahead, getting the ball on the ground, keeping your defense on their toes, that works.
Look at that play. And Gorman from a knee throws to first, and it's late. Weatherholt's a long way to go to get to second. Gorman couldn't throw there, and by the time he realized the play was at first, Frelick with his good speed beats the wrap, and 2 aboard with 1 out.
Yeah, that's unfortunate right there. A good stab. You see, though, how far away that JJ is. Was not going to be able to get to the bag before the runner.
And what's doubly painful is now you face Chourio, who's 5 for 6 at the plate in the series. I don't know if we're there yet, but maybe it's kind of like Kevin Costner and Bull Durham, where you just say fastball and see if that throws him off.
I wouldn't.
Or tell.
I wouldn't do that. Yeah, he hit it like he knows he's coming.
Yeah,
he did. How? Told him.
2 on, 1 out, and fouled off a high sinker. It's 0-1. I know he plays for the enemy, but it's great to see kids like this get to the big leagues, get paid, get security, and then get going.
He's already in his 3rd year, Chip.
Yeah. Really talented player. So a 2-strike count. Can Palante finish off Chourio?
That is a good slider right there. He's had really good feel for his sinker. I don't think it's a bad idea to run one in off the plate.
D.L. Hall still playing catch in the Brewers bullpen. So I'm guessing he'll come in for the Cardinals' 5th. 4-0 game. Can't give him much more. The pitch. In the air to right center. That's pretty well hit. Victor and Walker converge. It's Jordan at the edge of the warning track, and tagging at second is Ortiz. Chourio 1 for 3. 2 outs for Terang. Terang 1 for 2 and a 1st inning run. He's picked up 4 hits in this series. After that 1st inning hiccup, as Brad said, Palante's done a nice job. He's an out away from getting through 5, with more in the arsenal for another frame, perhaps. 1 ball, no strikes for Terang.
Yeah, since then has faced just 2 over the minimum. Giving his offense some time and a chance to come back in this game. A lot of game left, and as you mentioned, it looks like the Cardinals are going to be in that bullpen.
That's laced foul, and almost picked off Ortiz. Joey saying straighten it out. Two balls, 1 strike. 8, 9, and 1 scheduled for St. Louis in the 5th. That one gets away. That's going to score Ortiz from third. That hurts. So Andre spikes one in the 5th inning, and the Brewers cash in a broken bat, 35-mile-an-hour infield hit to lead 5-0.
Yeah, how maddening is this inning to this point? You have that little one. You have another one that's in the infield. Couldn't end up getting out. Slider trying to bury it back foot. Kicks off of the glove, then the mask. I think Pedro will tell you that's one that he's going to need to corral in front of him, block.
Full count, runner at second. He's taken off for third, and again fouled away with 2 strikes. Frelick never stopped running. Yachty and Pius will talk about that ball in the dirt at the end of the inning. And that missed inside, ball 4. So the second walk for Palante, and second in as many innings. It prolongs the frame, much like a hit batsman did in the first. And now William Contreras is coming up, and Dusty Blake, the Cardinals pitching coach, out for a chat. (5-0) Milwaukee in the 5th inning. While the Cardinals strategize, we step aside for a quick word from Rally House.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
Contreras hit by a pitch and scored in the 1st inning, and hit into a 3rd inning double play. Yeah, the other part of this frustrating inning for the Cardinals was the Frelick base hit, that hot smash to third that Gorman wanted to go and start a double play on, but too much ground for JJ to cover at second. And by the time he saw the force out at second wasn't going to work, Frelick's good speed beat the rap at first. That one driven toward right. Walker on the run. He's not going to get there. Against a team like Milwaukee, they're so fundamentally sound. No, they're not hitting for a lot of power yet, but you give them opportunities with 2 outs, you're asking for trouble. Brian Shapiro tells us Milwaukee with 81 runs with 2 outs this year. Only the Detroit Tigers have more 2-out runs.
Yeah, those are backbreakers. You think you're out of an inning and they just continue to play that team style of baseball. That's just selflessness, right? Not trying to go for that one big swing, grinding away still with 2.
And all 5 of them today, as that one is going to roll foul at the bag.
That was a good decision right there.
Yeah.
That was going to be another soft infield single. That thing was spinning and kicking that way. Gorman let it lie.
So 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. And a swing and a miss. Contreras was fooled by a breaking ball. Palante with his 3rd strikeout. Milwaukee adds on a run. Bob Gibson hopes for a Cardinal offensive comeback next. On tap, the Cardinals head west for the first time. It's a 4-game series with the Padres, and take note of where the games will be airing. 4 games, 4 different broadcast outlets. That's not Brad's nor my fault, but we will be back with you Sunday on Cardinals TV for the wrap up before we head to Sacramento.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Definitely an oddity with all of the different networks. Either way, the test continues. Chevy call to the bullpen. It's DL Hall time.
ABS Challenge powered by T-Mobile. Milwaukee challenges.
Call correct.
they
Milwaukee has 2
are
remaining.
right. They keep their 2 challenges, and that flips the count to 0-1 for Pedro Pajes. So Thursday night is an ESPN telecast. Friday's on Apple, Saturday Fox National, and then Cardinals TV on Sunday.
3 days off in San Diego, Chip. What will you do?
Well, my wife Susan's on her way out there, and it's
Nice.
Mother's Day.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That is perfect. Not a bad place to spend it. I can see you renting a huge yacht or
You think?
something. Yeah. Or maybe the old sailor maybe a sailboat.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Popped up into right. I'm not much of a sailboat guy.
Okay, well, somebody else can sail it. You can just be on it.
Okay. I'd be worried about a Gilligan's Island issue. Get stranded.
I don't think you're going to go that far. I don't think you have to worry about like any Bermuda Triangle situation.
Yeah, strand me on Coronado Island. That would be
Oh, no.
tough duty. Yeah. One out for Victor. He's 0 for 1. He flied out to left. Yeah, don't forget Mother's Day is this weekend. And was Victor hit? No, he didn't offer the pitch either, it appears. 1 ball, no strikes. Ooh. That ruffled the uniform on the way by, but didn't get it. And upstairs. 2-0 the count.
You mentioned earlier one of the pivotal plays in the game on Monday was Vic getting down the bunt. It was also nice to see him drive the ball the other way. Vic had a hard single up the middle, then a double to left center. Trusting in the hands. The hands were fast. Wanting to build off of that.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We said it last year, maybe the year before as well. The Brewers are very conservative in the amount of innings they allow their starters to pitch. They love the depth of their bullpen. It hasn't been lights out quite yet. And we said, too, you wonder how that bullpen group was going to hold up. Well, the answer is very well. As Hall paints a corner and has a strikeout, 6 Cardinals have been punched out in the game. 2 outs, top of the order, and JJ's next. Weatherholt 0 for 2. He's flied out to left and he's bounced out to second. We've gotten word from the Cardinals clubhouse as to the nature of Nathan Church's injury. It's a left leg contusion.
Hopefully that's something that doesn't hinder him for too long. But that was 98 fastball that caught him very clean. He tried to do what he could, did stay in the game at the time.
Roll to first, and Hall's going to have an easy inning. Weatherholt's retired, so are the Cardinals, and game 2 moves to inning number 6 with Milwaukee ahead 5-0.
There at first base.
So Palante tried to get through 6 innings. He struck out 3. He's walked 2. And delivers inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Bowers, Vaughn, and Tyler Black are the scheduled hitters for Milwaukee. There's a good knuckle curveball. It's an even count. Two balls, 2 strikes.
That's going to be a really effective offering for him. That splitter, once he gets the feel for it, can start that in the zone and let it dive away. That's the only the 3rd one he's thrown so far today.
So full count. If Mike Michlinski wasn't an umpire, I could see him being one of those signal officers on an aircraft carrier.
Could you?
Right?
I've been watching him throughout the game. I love his mannerisms. I love how well he communicates with both sides. He's loud. He's calling the players by name. I think he's doing a really nice job in command back there.
3-2 pitch is tap foul.
But certainly can motion with the hands.
Yeah, really good.
I was told a couple days ago that I speak with my hands a lot.
I've seen you do that 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, well, every time you do it. Now that we do it, we know it's dead in schools. 6-7's gone.
And a base hit. Bowers works a leadoff single. And Andrew Vaughn is next. A 3-run homer. It was no cheapie. Let's examine the metrics. Our StatCast powered by Google Cloud.
Well, hopefully there's some other great plays for the Cardinals offensively to talk about later. But early on, it was Vaughn. Fresh back off of the IL. The 3-run shot 403 feet into the bullpen to give the Brewers what was a 4-0 lead. Now 5-0 in the 6th.
So the Cardinals bullpen is starting to work. No balls and a strike. Jared Schuster is the man warming up. I'm always interested in what a Cardinals starter has to say about his performance. This one I think will be interesting for Palante. As I said, he's checked off the boxes. He's gotten a lot of swing and miss. He's gotten ahead of hitters. He's gotten the ball on the ground. He's made really 1 or 2 mistakes that have cost him some runs today. But I'm guessing not being able to finish off hitters with 2 strikes would be the demerit he would give himself. That one rifled toward right with 2 strikes and right at Walker. 1 on 1 out.
Yeah, I think that it is one where he's done such a good job of letting that first inning go. And still, I mean, he scattered a couple of hits since then, but overall been on the ground. Look at that workload in the first inning. Remember, first 2 guys were out with a total of 6 pitches in that first inning. That ended up escalating quite a bit in the 4-run first, but settled back in very, very well.
And to your point, after the 2-out explosion by the Brewers, it was okay, how long can he stay in the game and give the offense a chance and the bullpen a breather? Well, he's 2 outs away from pitching 6 innings today. Squibber off the side of the mound. Flip to Mason. That's all we'll get. Good base running there by Bowers to stop. And 2 men are out. Another ground ball out for Palante. And David Hamilton, the Brewers' final hope in the 6th. Hamilton is 0 for 2. Matt Swanson starting to warm up as well. See how the Cardinals play it when we get to the Brewers' 7th inning. Bunt try, and it's a beauty. Another infield hit for Milwaukee.
Well, Chip, you mentioned it in game 1 against the Brewers. This guy is not afraid to drop him down and run. Probably couldn't have rolled this out much better.
That's his 7th bunt hit. And that was not an easy pitch to bunt.
Yeah, went down there and got a slider.
So Ortiz is next. He reached on that broken bat infield single and scored on a wild pitch. Mentioned it in game one. Add-on runs are backbreakers. All the Brewer runs with 2 outs today. And Andre gets ahead again. strike 1. We raved about the Cardinals' diversified offense in the first game of this series. The Brewers showing off how they can beat you with death by 1,000 cuts. Myriad ways to drive you crazy. A little of this, a little of that. And oh, by the way, they've held the Cardinal offense to 1 hit. So Palante is 2 pitches away from equaling his career high in pitches as a starter. That's laced to the right side, foul. So another 2-strike opportunity for Palante to end the inning. He has struck out 3, walked 2, and scattered 8 hits. Runners go on the ground towards short. Mason's got it, and that will retire the side. So Palante equals his career high in pitches. He gets the Cardinals through 6, but we got 5 runs to make up. And just there's a look at Aaron Ashby. He's the 3rd pitcher of the day for Milwaukee. He's the 2nd answer. A Chevy call to the bullpen.
Now, this bullpen has been pretty good here for the Brewers. You mentioned it, Chip, been very good over the last couple of years. You look at the overall numbers. 3.67 ERA for their bullpen. That's 5th best in the National League.
Their bullpen has thrown only 22 fewer innings or so than their starting staff. So they are used a lot. And a strike for Ivan Herrera. Herrera, Burleson, Walker, and Gorman coming up. And Ivan, who's been good, is going to challenge for the Cardinals. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
The call's correct. St. Louis has 1 remaining.
The Brewers have lived at the bottom of the strike zone in this game. Very impressive performance from Brandon Sproat. This one driven toward right. Frelick on the run, near the line, near the stands, and makes the catch. A lot coming up quickly for Frelick, who makes a nice play. And there's out number 1. I'll say this, the Cardinals had the game plan today. They wanted Sproat up in the zone. They tried to get him there, but when he got to 2 strikes, he was able to deliver the knockout blow with those 5 punch outs.
That's some really good stuff. We'll say this with Sproat. Again, 4 innings, right?
Yeah.
So while they weren't able to get much going against him, they did make him work, did run up the pitch count, and inevitably at some point you're calling down to the bullpen. You call enough time, somebody's going to have themselves a rough day. Maybe that day is going to be a tough one for Ashby. We'll see.
Burleson 0 for 2, and he's chased a couple. Alec had a rough series against the Seattle Mariners, then had the gigantic series against the Pirates. Swung it well against the Dodgers, but is 0 for 7 against Milwaukee here at Busch. Nothing in 2. I think they've done a nice job of crowding Burleson in this series too. He's seen a lot of pitches right under the birds on the bat. And then they sweep it away from him.
It's another one, to your point, that fastball up, sinker riding in. That's uncomfortable from Ashby. He's throwing 97, 98. And we'll see if he follows up, as you mentioned, with that good slider. That thing is hard to pick up.
Good try, but it missed. At 97, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And off the netting, out of play. Hey, I want to thank Cardinals bench coach Daniel Descalso for feeding us today. Homemade bagels.
Dude, they were amazing. I had the everything bagel. You and I split one of those. Scal's dough, that's his like side gig. Now he hasn't gone like up and running big time in stores yet. I think he's selling locally at home, farmers market, stuff like that, but he is doing it with the bagels. Yeah. Apparently a fantastic pizza maker as well.
Oh, really? Didn't know that part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Scal's dough.
Scal's dough.
Scal's dough, that's it. Scal's dough. Thank you. And
follow him on Instagram.
Delicious.
So good. Made me happy.
Full count is rolled over towards second. Burley loses the helmet and is the second out. And quickly two-way in the Cardinals 6. Just in now, celebrate Yachty's Hall of Fame induction with a brand new Yachty bobble card. Saturday, September 12th. Get your tickets details at cardinals.com/promotions. You think Daniel would appreciate it if we gave out his cell number so he could take personal orders?
I mean, does he want to drive business or not? I mean, I guess is the biggest question. I don't know what kind of volume he could do at his place here in St. Louis.
Yeah, good point.
He said he made, what, 3 dozen today?
Yeah, fed the team. And was kind enough to bring some to our booth.
It's a real art in making bagels. I've actually never done it because I don't have the patience. I don't do good working with dough in general.
High fly by Walker into center. Churio's got that, and that will retire the side. Daniel, thank you very much. We're hungry for a comeback, but we're late in game 2. It's 5-0 Milwaukee. It's patrolling
to our left there. We do have
just beyond Busch Stadium.
That's very informative too. I've never been on that either. I gotta start doing stuff.
Unreal.
I've only been here 20-something years. It's about time.
Jared Schuster's answering the Chevy call to the bullpen. You're too young to remember there used to be a big boat on the riverfront called the Admiral that every kid used to go on. Video games. They'd do a
seriously
hour-long cruise. I guess south, and then they'd loop back around and go north, and then dock right back by the arch in Laclede's Landing. That was fun.
Why don't they still do that?
I don't know.
Got to bring that back. Never been on one. You know this. I'm not a strong swimmer, Chip. I don't spend a lot of time on the water. Don't know boats very well.
Okay.
What kind of boat is that? Steamboat? Paddle boat?
The Admiral? No, it was a big motorboat.
That boat. Was it? Built for speed?
I don't know how fast it went up and down the river. I think it depended on the currents.
I hear motorboat, I hear speed. Like, that's what I'm thinking, fast, you know? But probably built for comfort.
It's very comfortable. You don't have to worry about big waves on the Mississippi.
Makes way more sense.
Ground ball to first, and Burley handles that and steps on the bag for out number 1. Churio next. Love to see Schuster pitch economically, get through 3 innings, and hope the Cardinals can do something late. But one of those days where the offense has been quiet, just 1 hit. And that came for the Cardinals in the first inning. That was the ball that Hamilton misplayed at third. Never touched it, but it turned into a officially scored double. Churio 1 for 3. By his standards, a quiet day in St. Louis. Up and away, 2 balls, no strikes. 4 in the first for the Brew Crew, and Andrew Vaughn 3-run homer, the 2-out dagger. All 5 Brewers runs have been scored with 2 outs. Early impressions are sometimes, in fact most times in our game, really deceiving. Mike Claiborne always talks about Flag Day being the day where you really have an idea of what your team is or isn't. In the case of Milwaukee, they may look back to the series in St. Louis when they got this guy back, they got Vaughn back, and when they get Christian Yelich back that they took off.
Yeah, I'm sure organizationally, right, you hear what other people are saying about you and say, hey, the offense isn't good. They knew they weren't whole. So
right,
things change a lot when you start getting the band back together. Certainly anxiously awaiting that guy to come back from the IL, but Pat Murphy's done a good job navigating his crew.
Full count. And a swing and a miss. Schuster with a nice breaking ball takes care of Churio. 2 up and 2 down. Well, case in point, well, let's check out the Chevy pitch tracks on the out pitch.
A good slider down and in, getting some of that swing and miss we're talking about by Schuster.
Teams that started very slowly heating up as the weather gets warmer. The Phillies made a managerial change, and under Don Mattingly, they've won 7 of 8 games. They're still under 500, but trending in the right direction. The Royals playing good baseball. They've won 5 in a row. The Cubs streaking, have won 7 straight and 13 in a row at Wrigley. That one driven a long way toward left. Fermin near the stands won't have a play. It's 0-2. And it is one of the great sayings in baseball, you can't win the pennant in April, but you can lose it. And there are several teams that are staring that in the face. You and I were talking about the Mets. Who had them being where they are this year?
They're the worst team in baseball, sitting with 13 wins right now with that group, that payroll, and certainly a lot of different variables go into stuff like that, but nobody had that going. Now, they could just as easily go on an epic run. You know, they've got the talent to do so. That's why baseball's crazy through 162 games, the kind of ebbs and flows of a season.
Another fly ball to left. This one will stay in play, and Schuster is economical. 3 outs, 15 pitches, and that sends us to the 7th inning stretch where the Cardinals, Nolan Gorman, will get things started for the Redbirds, who are looking for their 2nd hit. Let's send it to Jim Hayes.
Gorman's another guy who's following a process at the plate. Part of that is getting that front leg down. As he says, early isn't early enough. Gorman says he feels really good at the plate right now because, as he put it, I'm confident that the work I put in the offseason has got me on track. Brad and Chip, he says that the last couple seasons he felt like he was chasing a solution. He thinks he's onto it now.
Well, hopefully he'll have a solution today. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He did walk in the 4th inning. 3 multi-hit games on the season. Had one of those on Monday. And now Contreras got a little splash of dirt in the eye. He'll get a cleanup from the Brewers training staff.
Well, I like what Gorman is talking about with that process. Again, remember, he's still a young slugger, right? Trying to figure things out, trying to figure his mechanics out, what tendencies he may fall into, and then what the opposition is trying to do to you. Big time learning process.
So Pat Murphy out for some clarification from Mike Muchlinski. Nolan Gorman leading off our home 7th, which is the Honda home run inning. Your Gateway Honda dealers donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation with a long ball, but it's not to be for Gorman. He chases and is out number 1. First strikeout for Ashby. He set down all 4 Cardinals batters he's faced. Mason struck out and lined out. He's got a 5-game hit streak on the line today. Cardinals bats have been very quiet.
And Mason had the hardest hit ball of the day for a Cardinal. It was a hot shot over there to third base. Hamilton snagged it with a couple of runners on.
And Milwaukee's going to challenge. Contreras, I guess, didn't do it fast enough. He tapped with his glove hand, then with the right hand, and Muchlinski didn't allow him to do it. Right there for a strike. High hopper toward short. Wind flying toward first, but not fast enough. He's retired. Ortiz a clean play. And 2 men out. Want to pause for a moment. A real giant in the TV industry passed away today. A guy that's really responsible for how we consume the baseball product. Ted Turner passed away today. He was the man that bought the Atlanta Braves and put them on the superstation WTBS and really helped christen an entire generation of baseball fans all around the country. You had TBS in Atlanta, WOR in New York, and WGN in Chicago. And for fans who lived in places that didn't have a big league team, I'm assuming, Brad, that's one way that you fell in love with the sport.
It absolutely is. You come home from school and watch TBS and WGN, right? You watch Cubs, you watch Braves. They were always on. I know that you had the opportunity. You were working there with him. I mean, what was that man like? Certainly a pioneer, as you mentioned.
Captain Outrageous.
Yeah.
There was nothing that Ted wouldn't do. He managed the team one day, trying to help the Braves break a losing streak until the commissioner said you can't do that. He would have ostrich races at the ballpark and would drive the ostriches himself. There was no promotion that was out of bounds for him. He won the America's Cup as a sailor. In fact, he started his fortune. He inherited his father's billboard business, the highway sign business. It was way in debt, and turned that around, and that's where the Turner Broadcasting model took over. As Fermin takes a walk, and he had the idea, wait a minute, I can put the Braves on, I can put old movies on, I can put Andy Griffith on, and we can advertise our product on a satellite channel, and the rest, they say, is history. So just a real giant in our industry, a giant in the baseball world, and man that created the 24-hour news cycle with CNN and the like. Just a really unique man who will be missed by many, certainly in Atlanta and around the TV world. So our sympathies to the Ted Turner family. Pedro Pajes tries to keep the 7th alive. He is 0 for 2 today. One more thing on Ted Turner managing. He came into the dugout, and the equipment man was named Bill Acree. He didn't know how to put the stirrups on, so he had to walk him through that. And then he goes and sits on the bench. And he asked, well, what did Bobby do? He said, Bill Acree said to Ted, don't worry about it, just do what I do. And Bill would sit there and cross his legs and watch the game. Ted would do the same thing.
You're nailing it. Nice work.
Yeah, he was one of a kind. No balls, 2 strikes. It's in the dirt. "5-0 Milwaukee. Try to split this series. Again, if you missed it, the rained out game will be made up on the 7th of July, a split doubleheader. That'll be a fun one here at Busch Stadium. That one is squibbed toward first. It'll be a 5-game affair right after the Independence Day holiday. 5-run affair for the Brewers in game 2. We head to the 8th. By Car Shield, Danny Wexelman and Mark Sweeney are standing by to break down the Brewers' early strike in the first. Only 1 hit for the Redbirds to this point. We'll get sound from the St. Louis clubhouse as we prepare for the Padres tomorrow in San Diego. Jared Schuster facing William Contreras, who's down a quick strike. The only time the Brewers have held the Cardinals to 1 hit in a game, May 7th, 2011. The lone Cardinal hit that day, Daniel Descalso, with a base hit off Giovanni Gallardo.
Wow. Yeah, let's not revisit that history.
That's hit to third. Gorman, a 360 spin and a perfect throw. That was well done. Contreras retired. He's 0 for 3. And 1 man down in the 8th. Nothing to it. Here's Bowers. He's got 2 hits and a walk. He's also knocked in a run and scored. Milwaukee looking forward to a day off at home tomorrow. Then they've got the Yankees coming in. Boy, the Yankees are scorching hot. 15 wins in their last 17 games. Paul Goldschmidt hit a homer for them yesterday. He's one away, Brad, from 375 in the big leagues.
Certainly a special player. I know Cardinal fans loved having him here for as long as they did. Know that he loves it here.
Pius got hit with that one. And he's limping around behind the dish. A ball and 2 strikes. When you see these guys getting ready for a game and they're walking around in shorts and t-shirts on their way into and out of meetings, especially the catchers, you see the punishment they take. They look like they have ink blot tests all over their body, right?
Like, dude, are you okay?
Yeah. I mean, the purples, the blues, the yellows, I mean, they just get beat up. And maybe more so now than ever, as hard as guys are throwing and as much movement as there is in the game. I'm not saying there's more than there was 40 years ago. But how these guys are able to stay in there day after day and get beat up and then be expected to perform at the plate is astounding. And he knows all about that.
Just a little bit. The guy, too, as Cardinal fans all know, Yadier Molina came in. He was glove first, right? I mean, he was just a catcher. Tony La Russa told him, I don't care what you do at the plate. You just go catch this staff. Well, he turned himself into one heck of a hitter as well. A clutch performer and one of the best to ever wear the birds on the bat.
Full count for Bowers. And rolled foul again at first. All right, let's see if the attendant makes a clean play. Yes. Oh, nope. Spoke too soon.
You know, typical, right? Try to give it to a fan before they had it. Often like the double play turn. Try to get
it
turned.
Catch it before you throw it. And a little pop. That should end Bauer's perfect day. It does. And 2 men are down. Andrew Vaughn is next after a quick word from Jack in the Box.
Get my new Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal for a chance to win $75,000.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Vaughn's first homer, a 3-run shot in the first inning. An inning that began quite well for Andre Palante. Terang, after 2 quick outs, guided a single just under the glove of J.J. Weatherholt. William Contreras got hit with a pitch. Bowers a single, then Vaughn a homer. And a bullet to left for Vaughn. He's got another hit. That's his second on the day. And wouldn't you know it, it comes with 2 outs.
Well, take a look at where this one is from Schuster. 94-mile-an-hour Chevy pitch track, middle down. He's doing his damage. Anything middle in, he is hitting hard.
Tyler Black 0 for 3. He started the day hitting .409. He's at .280. So this is Brandon Lockridge, not Tyler Black. Lockridge getting his first action of the series. With the day off tomorrow, you might as well empty your bench, get everybody a chance to participate before they face the Yankees. Lockridge came over from the Padres at the deadline last year for Nestor Cortez, Jorge Quintana, and Cash. He's played left and center. 22 starts for Brandon. And he cracks that towards center. And Victor Scott makes the catch, and he'll also lead off the home eighth. Schuster doing a nice job, keeping it at 5. Victor Scott's had a nice series. Let's see what he can do with the Cardinals running out of outs here at Busch. It's 5-0 Milwaukee. Cardinals have 6 outs left. We also have just 1 hit. Time to change that, but we'll have to do it against a 4th Brewers pitcher. It is Trevor McGill who answers the Chevy call to the bullpen. Chance for him to clean things up. He's been cuffed around in his 12 innings so far this year. Victor Scott, J.J. Weatherholt, and Ivan Herrera are your scheduled batters. Victor 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. Nice crowd, over 25,000 here today. Hoping to see a big Cardinal comeback late. A lot of the kids powered by Twizzlers licorice, I think.
You think so? Getting in, we had some of that earlier. I feel jacked up still.
Yeah, I learned something new. I did not realize that there was such a thing as the pull and peel Twizzlers.
Oh yeah, those things are amazing. The bigger rope, and you can take the little thing. Now I'll be honest with you, I'm not pulling or peeling. I'm just housing that thing the way that it is. Did you pull and peel?
I did.
You get sticky fingers that way.
Yeah.
But if you like that, like the smaller noodles, and then you dangle it in your mouth, if that's your thing, go for it. But can't go wrong either way. Like there's no wrong way to eat a Twizzler. Which is not their slogan, but
well, you're an ideas guy for sure. That's a little low.
I'm a big fan of the nibs.
Okay, those are the little bite-sized pieces.
Oh,
right?
golly, they're just perfect size.
Yeah.
Mwah. Big fan.
Now,
cherry ones.
Not the black licorice.
So you can take black licorice and you can, you know what, base hit.
There you go. Hit with authority. That's the second Cardinals hit, and a leadoff single gets the 8th inning started.
This is the stroke. This is the one that he's. This is the one that he's looking for. If he can bottle that, Vic is going to be good to go.
All right, JJ, let's keep the rally rolling here.
Yeah, real quick on the black licorice. No, thank you. Not.
It's my favorite.
Yeah,
Love it.
well. Do you
how
know
about
might be a generational thing.
Well, thanks a lot.
With the black licorice.
Pretty good chance.
Like, I don't think the kids are like at Halloween. You got any of that black licorice and Tootsie Rolls? You got any of them?
Man, you have Mary Jane's. Those are good too.
What's a Mary Jane?
Those are kind of chewy peanut butter candies. Those are pretty good.
Oh, you can hammer some Werther's Originals too?
Well, I'm getting close to the age where I keep peppermints in my pocket.
Just random candies.
Hand it to little kids. Here, want a peppermint? Yeah.
Who's hungry?
Yeah.
No, I've never been a black licorice fan.
Oh, man. Black jelly beans, delicious.
Okay. No, actually, like, I joke, my wife loves them. She loves, like, the black jelly bean.
Yeah.
Loves them. It's an acquired taste.
1-2 pitch. Hey, chased up and out of the zone, and Weatherholt's retired. An 0 for 4 day for the Cardinals' second sacker. 1 on, 1 out, and Herrera's coming up. Well, we don't have to worry about any controversy about a one-hitter. Remember, Herrera's ball was that awkwardly played bouncer at third base in the first inning that was scored a double. Victor's single here in the 8th, cleanly hit over shortstop. Takes care of that. And Ivan pops it foul for a strike. Cardinals hoping to avoid being shut out for a second time this year today. It's one of those days where the game plan was implemented. They just couldn't get enough stuff to hit. When they got to 2 strikes, Brandon Sproat took care of his own mess.
Yeah, sometimes guys just execute, right?
Yeah.
The pitcher was able to execute, did not leave too many things up at the top of the zone, like you mentioned. Utilized his sinker down very well. A pitch that in a couple of starts prior had a real tough time hitting the bottom of the zone, but did so regularly today.
There's a 55-footer, 2 balls and a strike. Slide out of play. Hopefully we'll get a chance to catch up with our pals at the Channel 4 News team in San Diego.
As you look for a little rumble or something? Is that what you're?
Might as well.
Okay.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes. Pitch is boxed by Contreras. And Victor in safely at second with a steal, his 6th of the year. He's 1 behind Jordan Walker for team high honors.
A good jump and on a curve ball that bounces in front of the plate. You know that Vic, anything that kicks away, he'll be 90 feet closer in a heartbeat.
Swing and a miss. Herrera's down on strikes for the 2nd time. Back-to-back punch-outs. And McGill and out away from sending us to the 9th.
This thing's pretty filthy. The knuckle curve again. 86 miles an hour straight over the top. 12-6er in the dirt. Swings right over the top of it.
Alec Burleson looking for his first hit of the series. The Cardinals just 4 hits with runners in scoring position in these 2 games. And over but low, 1 ball, no strikes. I didn't pack my trident for the trip to San Diego.
It's hard to get through TSA with those things. Although the Mariners do it. So
true. Should have called their equipment guy to see how that would work.
And what do you put it in?
There's a base hit for Burley, and Victor streaks around third. That'll spoil the shutout. It's a 5-1 game.
Chip Burley goes down and gets a pretty tough pitch. That's the knuckle curve again. McGill went to it. It's down, it's in, it's under the zone, but he wanted it away. Pop Warner getting to use that left arm for the first time in this ball game.
And another visit for Chris Hook as McGill has given up a run, 2 hits with 2 strikeouts. Hook's got a little Mike Maddox in him, doesn't he? He's very handsy. He's always had his hand on the shoulder of his
claw,
pitcher.
Mike Maddox would call it. Trying to get a little heartbeat of your pitcher.
Well, Walker could make things interesting. Let's see if the Cardinals can pick up a couple of 2-out runs. That's been the secret sauce for the Brew Crew in this game. Walker has flied out and has earned ball 4 twice. And 16 walks for Jordan. That may not sound like much, but he is going to fly by his season total of last season, probably by month's end at this current pace. Abner Uribe is getting ready in the bullpen for the Brewers. And off the end of the bat, right back to the mound. And that will retire the side. McGill almost threw that down the right field line. Cardinals spoil the show. Quite frankly, Brad, I can't believe they're not finished across the street yet.
Oh, yeah, you know, it seems like a pretty simple job right there. Are you kidding me? These guys are amazing. And, by the way, crazy hard-working crew, because I know, given the same opportunity, I'd be turning the other direction watching the game the whole time, but work to be done.
Yeah, hopefully they're listening to us on Cardinals.tv while they work across the street. David Hamilton leads off the ninth for Milwaukee. New pitcher for the Cardinals. It's Matt Swanson, who's next to answer the Chevy call to the bullpen after Jared Schuster gave us 2 innings.
But Schuster did a really nice job, too, piggybacking off of Palante. Settled down this offense again. Most of the damage, pretty much all the damage, was in that first inning.
So our Bet365 betting odds update. Will Cardinals strike out a Brewer in the ninth? St. Louis has struck out 4 Milwaukee hitters so far today. Palante got 3 of them. And again, to talk about Palante's day today, I thought he pitched really, really well. But 21 foul balls in the game, and he got to 2 strikes an awful lot, just couldn't get that put away pitch.
Yeah, they made him work, but again, like the damage was in that first inning, so even if he didn't have to put away for a lot of them, he got a lot of weak contact in the ball game, ended up still giving you 6 innings in that game. That's back-to-back starts now for him that he's given the team 6.
But 5 2-out runs has us trailing here, and now Swanson dealing with what Palante had to deal with. He gets to 2 strikes, and now the fight is on for Hamilton. These teams, I think, are so similar in a lot of ways, especially from an offensive standpoint. They want to make you work. They grind you down. They want to outwill the opposing pitcher. Of course, Pat Murphy has the luxury of 4 out of 5 90-win seasons in Milwaukee. Some of that with Craig Counsell at the helm. Oliver Marmol, a 90-win season of his own in St. Louis in 2022. But 2 teams in different spaces. As that's called a strike, it was dropped at the plate. And there is the hit. Swanson gets Hamilton looking for out number 1.
This is a perfect pitch by Matt Swanson. It's a cutter, it's down, it's in, it's right on the corner. I like that.
So Swanson hits the over. Let's see what Joey Ortiz can do. He's got an infield hit, scored the 5th run. That was back in the 5th inning. Cardinals are ahead of Milwaukee in the division standings. Started play just a couple of games behind the streaking Cubs. We'll have a 5-game series with them here in July. We face the Brewers, I believe, on our next road trip. I think that's a Cincinnati-Milwaukee trip. Yep, that'll be the 22nd through the 27th of May. And then we play the last 3 games of the year against the Brewers on the road in Wisconsin. One ball, 2 strikes for the Brewers shortstop. And another strikeout. Both of them looking.
Pitching backwards right there. You can tell Ortiz was looking for that sweeper from Swanson. Instead, got the 97-mile-an-hour comeback sinker.
So no sweeper from Swanson, and Ortiz will spit down.
Nailed it.
Here's Frelick. And a strike.
What are you going to do on a, what do you got, a 4-hour flight, 3.5-hour flight? What are you doing today?
I'm going to write down all my ad-libs.
Oh, my gosh, there's going to be so many.
4th game. Yep. Lined into right, and that's down for a hit. Frelick slotted into the leadoff position after Garrett Mitchell fell ill, and he's got a 2-hit game.
You could also, we were talking earlier, Star Wars Day is coming up here on the 17th. You could sit with McGreevy, learn all about the Star Wars. I don't know if 4 hours is enough. You said that he is, he knows his stuff.
I think they kind of confine me to a 6 square foot space of the airplane.
No, it's actually really smart to do.
That's downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, Churio's back with a bang. That's great news for the Brewers. Bad news for the teams that play them. This guy's a phenomenally talented young man. And he's picked up 5 hits against the Cardinals here at Busch. And his bid for a 6th is headed out toward right, and that's going to carry off the top of the wall. Frelick around third. They're going to wave him. Churio with an opposite field RBI double in the 9th. How close was this to leaving the yard?
I mean, this is near the top of the fence, just off the chain link, and just showing off some of that opposite field power. 97-mile-an-hour sinker, middle down, and that is a hot shot. Even in his last at bat, sent one to the warning track. Everything that he's been hitting is hard.
So the Brewers with 2 outs today, 7 of their 11 hits, and every one of their runs with 2 outs. That is really demoralizing. They've out-hit us 11-3 today. 2 balls, no strikes. Swanson's now given up a run in 4 of his last 5 outings. And has given up his first run against the Brewers in his brief big league career. And a 2-out walk. So back-to-back strikeouts looking. Single, double, walk. And Contreras another chance to bat. Contreras scored a run. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. He's 0 for 3 in the second game. And fouled straight back. I would love to be a fly on the wall when William talks with Wilson about all the hit batsmen that the Brewers pitching staff has forced the now Red Sox first baseman to suffer. He was steaming mad earlier this year when that happened.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I bet he gets an earful. You know, those guys, obviously, as brothers, they're going out to lunch, going out to breakfast, hanging out. Sure, he blames his brother. That's how brothers work.
No balls, 2 strikes. That was close. It's 1-2. Got the Padres next. San Diego's facing the Giants. They wrap up a series. One interesting stat: Fernando Tatis has not hit a homer yet this year, which seems impossible.
Super surprising.
Two balls, 2 strikes. And out of play again. I think that'll be a trend to keep up on when we play Milwaukee. When they get to 2 strikes, how many more pitches do they see per at bat? It seems like it's 2 or 3 per guy. They do not give in. It's another nasty pitch in on the thumbs, and he fought that off.
Well, when you have that ability, what you do is you just give yourself more chances. Inevitably, at some point, the opposition is going to make a mistake. We talk about this a lot from the Cardinals offense because they do very similar things. You foul off those tough ones on the corners. At some point, something's going to back up over the middle.
That's chopped to third. And Gorman will toss across in time. And that will retire the side. The Brewers an add-on run in the ninth. Coming up for the Cardinals, last call. Gorman win.
We call to the bullpen time. It is Abner Uribe that is in on the action. Look at his numbers. This is 15th game of the year. He's got the spikes over the cleat. I know our director Tom Mee, that's one of his favorite looks in baseball.
Yeah.
Old school.
Nolan Gorman leads off the ninth. I mean, it is quite the sight when you see Tom coming into our booth. The hems of his Levi jeans tucked securely under the heel of his Skechers.
Yeah, no, it looks good. Very mobile. Good traction on those bad boys.
Uribe signed as an international free agent in 2018. And that one hooked over first for Gorman. He's got a base hit. He's thinking about two. And he's on his way with a leadoff double. It's the Cardinals with one hit through the first 7 innings today. They've got 3 hits in the 8th and 9th.
Good job by Gorman to go down and get it. A slider. He was on it. Snap hooks it down the line and is ready to be off to the races.
Mason Wynn is next. The Cardinals shortstop 0 for 3. Now the chance for him to extend his batting streak to 6 games in a row with a hit. Win or lose today for the Cardinals, Brad, I think you would agree this has been an excellent week for the Cardinals. As you said, winners of 7 of their last 8.
It's been awesome so far for Ollie's group. Yeah, you want to win every single one, and hopefully there is some magic in this one. But this group is playing hard. They're playing good fundamental baseball, doing the things right. And you hope to take that momentum into San Diego. That is not going to be an easy test from San Diego to Sacramento to play the Athletics. I mean, it's going to be a trial.
1 ball, 1 strike. Gorman at second and fouled away. As we said, this is the best 35-game start for the Cardinals in 5 years. Redbirds came in at 21-14 to start the campaign. And you're right, the next challenge, go to San Diego, where you're going to have a packed house every night. Then on to Sacramento, where the Athletics play in a AAA ballpark. It's been heavily modified for the big league game. There'll be plenty of energy in San Diego. It's yet to be seen what the atmosphere will be like in Sacramento, but the A's, another first-place club. They lead the AL West at the start of play today, and they're in Philadelphia. And Uribe just throwing it as hard as he can. Full count. That'll get the runner to third, but Mason will ground out. And the Cardinals have 2 outs left. Fermin, your batter. To add injury to insult, we lost Nathan Church to a shin contusion after he was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. And as hot as he's been, you'd hate to lose him for any stretch, much less an extended one.
Yeah, the official word was left leg contusion, right? So you hope they're able to get that down. I'm sure that they have done at this point imaging and all of the testing that needs to be done.
Cesar Prieto has grabbed a bat. He was called up from AAA. Get a chance to get him in a game perhaps before we head west, as that one is chopped foul and out of play. Foul straight back. Fermin was on 99 and that whistled back to the netting.
This dude is uncomfortable. It's sinker, slider. He's going to run that sinker in on the hands of the right-handers and try to get you to go the other way with the slider. There's not a lot of guessing games. It's just stuff coming at you.
He's just 25 years old. Out of Santo Domingo, the pitch. Breaking ball fought off. That's a good piece of hitting by Fermin. He earns another swing. Well, in a game like this, with so many more yet to be played head to head, getting a chance to see some of these late inning guys for the Brewers in live action might pay dividends later on. Although with all the video and technology we have, there probably aren't many surprises, but
still different when you're in the box, though, when you get a chance to see it.
0-2 count. Gorman at third. And that's poked to short. That'll score a run and maybe leads to something else. And he's 6. Ortiz can't handle a routine ground ball. So Fermin reaches on the air. Give him the RBI. And now it will be Prieto for Pages.
Fermin reaches out off the end of the bat with a slider. Looked like that hop popped up on Ortiz. That'll be a good look at it there. Just caught him right off the heel.
So it's a 6-2 game. Another base runner or two and things would get a little interesting in the ninth inning because the big boys are lurking in the Cardinals' ninth. Prieto did come to the major leagues last year. He played in 3 games, went 1 for 6, struck out 5 times, but had a nice season going down at AAA, Brad, and it was the power that was much improved for the Cardinals infielder.
Yeah, especially against righties. I mean, hitting righties very well. 325, 5 homers against the right-hander, 6 overall at Memphis with an OPS over 900.
The Cardinals acquired Cesar from the Orioles with Drew Rom and Zach Showalter. That was the Jack Flaherty deal 3 years ago. And out of play foul. Prieto will be 27 during our road trip. That'll be Sunday. .294 career hitter in the minors. This one bounced towards second. One there, and the turn to first is going to be in time, and that's going to do it. Milwaukee splits the series with the Cardinals. 6-2 the final. The Brewers pitching staff was awfully dominant. They held the Cardinals to just 4 hits today.
Yeah, look, it wasn't in the cards today, but the Cardinals have had a really nice stretch here of baseball in every aspect of it. You take that momentum, you head to the West Coast with a big 4-game set against the Padres. It's going to be a fun trip.
Remember, 3 network games before we're back in action on Cardinals TV on Sunday. Then we have all 3 for you in Sacramento for the Cardinals and the Athletics. 6-2 is your final at Busch today. Danny Wexelman.